Hey everybody. All right, let's jump into it. Thanks for joining today and hope you guys appreciated a week off and then had a happy holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever it might be. Just hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep my camera off today. I'll still share my screen just because I still again feel a little bit under the weather. Uh, it's been over a week and it's just hasn't subsided as much as I like. But we'll definitely get into things and yeah, let's get started. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully everybody had a good holidays and prepping for a good New Year's. So, all right, cool. All right, so we're gonna start off with Alex M. Is Alex on today? All right, we'll come back to that. And then Busola. Yep, see you.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of
Um,
course. Thank you.
yeah, so I've been posting 2 to 3 times a day on TikTok and Instagram, and then added
Okay.
Facebook as well. And I've also created enough content able to be able to post for the next 2 months
Okay.
at 3 posts per day. Now, I checked my Google Sheet online. There's no signups yet on the wait list, so there's none
Mhm.
yet. But I also set up Google Analytics on my website.
Yep.
So there are definitely people visiting the website, but they're not signing on.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know whether there's something I need to tweak there or
Yeah.
just
So
keep going, really.
keep going, right? So I think honestly, consistent traffic is going to be good. So knowing that you are getting the traffic is
Yeah,
net positive from it, and knowing that you can generate it without paying for anything necessarily, right? So, but just through content. And so I think doing that is one. The second thing though is look at all these things as steps, right? So
yeah,
you're getting somebody, for example, to open the door, but not like pick up the product or pick up the service, right? So,
yeah,
is the presentation not up to par? And that's what I would think about. So it's like now it would we call it like we would do like landing page testing. So the page that you're driving the traffic to,
Yeah.
right? Um, you need a so whatever the link is in the content that's
Yeah.
driving to this specific page, ideally that you have multiple pages with different maybe like value statements. Um, and the idea is to leverage content that is specific to that page. So you might have five different pages with like five different unique value statements, and you're going to drive, depending upon the content, you're going to drive specific types of audiences to each of those pages to see how they convert, and or you're going to test the language on that page to see how that impacts conversion as well, right? So like the language on the page, for example, may not be very clear to the recipient. So imagine somebody sees the content and follow their journey, and
Yeah.
from the content that they see, does what you're asking for align to what they just saw, right? And
Yeah.
if it does align, great. But then the next step would be like, and if you're doing Google Analytics, you should be able to track this too, which is like, are they clicking on or filling out a form? So maybe, for example, instead of like asking them to fill out the Google form directly, you drive them to a page where you explain what the form is and you see if they click the button, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, got
Right.
it.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's just
I'm
a
sorry,
few
carry
different
on.
ways. Yeah, there's a few different ways to do this, but the idea is like let's break it down to baby steps. So you're getting people to come to the website, right? Or you're driving to the Google form, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting people to go to the Google form, but they're not filling it out,
Yeah.
right? That's the problem. So maybe you need more education before you drive them to the form.
So education on the website or on the TikTok videos
Either
or
or,
both?
right? So maybe you could maybe test both,
Yeah.
right? If you don't make any mention of a form in the content and you're just driving them to something where they have to fill it out, maybe the content's great and you're getting like traffic and people understand the value that you're stating in the content.
Yeah.
But the moment that you get them to, you gotta just gotta imagine it's like paying a toll, right? It's like when somebody gets to a form of any sort, it's like you're asking them to pay a toll of time
Yeah.
and privacy. So are you compelling enough to get them to agree to paying that toll or not?
Okay. Yeah, the way it's set up right now, there's a definite CTA on the TikTok video saying, you know, start saving now or something like that at roundlify.com. And then also in the caption, I put something like take the 60-second survey at roundlify.com to see if you qualify for early access. So they go to roundlify.com, they see the join the waitlist there. And then if they click on that, they see the form.
Okay,
So
so
it's very
yeah, so
direct.
I guess it's very direct. It might be too direct is a thing, right? So
Oh,
like,
okay.
what are they gonna get after they fill out the form? So you're saying that they're gonna get savings, right? So it's like, all right, I mean, can you share the link again to your page?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Hold on a second. Did you make me a co-host?
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Should I just put a link?
yeah, put the link in here in the group chat.
Okay. Um, okay.
So you're sending them here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would test the language around this. And also with Google Analytics, you should know if they're clicking on this. Are they clicking?
Um, I mean, I've checked Google. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what I saw on Google Analytics. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm still learning it, to be honest with you. I'm still learning Google
Sure.
Analytics. So I'm still trying to understand what's going on there. So I need to be
Okay,
able to
well,
check whether they're clicking on that link
yeah,
or
but
not.
you can, so what you can do is you can track actions, right? So you can take the link to the form, right? And you can add that to the analytics as a stage to see if
Yeah.
if they click on it,
Okay.
right? Because the whole part of what we're trying to do here is diagnose where the problem is. Right now,
Yeah.
you solve for getting traffic from content, right? But
Yeah.
the where you're having problems is getting them fill out the form. Now,
Yes.
it's not necessarily filling out the form is the problem. It's not that may not be the issue. We don't know if it's filling out the form unless we know that 100% of the traffic actually clicked also on the wait on this button. If
Yeah.
100% clicked on the button, then we know that the issue is the form.
Yeah.
But if we don't know that, it very well could be that the problem is this page,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Because you could get 100 visitors, but zero's clicking on the button.
Hmm.
And what does that tell you? Then the problem is the this page,
Yes. Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So this is where we need to get attribution to understand where to diagnose the issue.
Yeah. I'm also thinking because I'm telling them on TikTok, go to roundlyfy.com to learn how to do some certain thing or to remedy certain things, certain situation, but they get here and then they just say join the wait
Yeah,
list.
so it's not a line. I understand. So you're
Yeah,
that's why I
so
was saying
yeah,
my original
there's no alignment.
my
Yeah,
exactly. So my original discussion was, is there alignment with the content to what they're being driven to,
yeah. So I think that's a problem
right?
there.
Because if you're like, hey, I'm going to give you a pound of gold, but then you drive them to a form instead,
Yes,
it's a different thing,
yes,
correct? So this I think the your takeaway here should be, I'm great. I'm glad you got the content, so you at least have the traffic part.
yeah,
But the major two things would be number one, let's diagnose the issue properly. Is it the landing page, which is this website page, or
yeah,
is it the form,
yeah,
right? And so to know which one it is, you need to install into analytics the form link as one of the
hmm,
just again, like you can ask ChatGPT this question, or you can go on YouTube. This is basic Google Analytics. It's not really that difficult. So
yeah,
you can look at how to like track the pixel of like how they're maneuvering through the site. So that's what I would do.
yeah. Okay,
And before next week would be like diagnose the issue. Is it the website? And ideally diagnose and you're working on solving for it, right? So it you realize after a week of collecting data, it is it is the landing page issue or it's the form issue. And if it's a form issue, then we can discuss it. But if it's a landing page issue,
yeah.
then you can work on solving that on your own.
Okay, cool.
Make sense?
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Okay, thanks so much, Chris.
Yep.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course. Ryland?
Yeah, so last couple weeks I focused on developing a lead qualification process. Vibe coding this in Cursor. It's actually a little bit too fun, so kind of getting caught up in the enjoyment of building something. But basically, I turned those 500 leads that I initially got into 70 really qualified leads, meaning there's information on the people at the company, the founders, and also people who are leading up marketing for those organizations. Then there's also an enrichment layer that looks at their performance in a tool called SEMrush. And basically, I'm looking for data points that help qualify based on my ICP. So companies that have very high paid traffic, for instance, are really great opportunities. That's something that could be turned into a message of, look, I think you want to reduce your CAC based on these keywords that you're obviously targeting in organic or in paid search. I can help you with the organic search side. And so this has gone through this qualification process of very high to very low qualified leads. What is still missing is actually a segment on actually finding the correct email address that I can send it out to. So I can send messages through LinkedIn Premium, but that doesn't necessarily get the same response as actually getting to the individual's inbox. I've considered paying for Apollo to get the emails, although though I understand from colleagues that this isn't the greatest resource. So right now, figuring out the right emails and actually sending out the messaging based on the data enrichment that I put together is where I'm at with this right now. But this process is the automation around getting leads and turning them into qualified leads is not perfectly automated, but it can run natively on my machine and pull up all the data that I need from various sources to help enrich it and turn this into qualified leads.
Okay. And so do you have lists being generated that you're able to generate with just minus the emails so you have names and companies and all that?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
If you do have that, then I would suggest just using a tool like Anymail.
An email, okay.
So basically you can do bulk search. And there's a bunch of tools similar to this, so you can research which ones like based on your ICP and the personas, like there's going to be certain email solution like email databases that's going to work better than others. So Apollo is going to be good for enterprise, but it's not the best for SMB or like mid-market. So
Right.
tools like Clay is going to be more useful for that, although there is like a expensive learning curve to using a tool like Clay. But if you have names and companies, I would try something like this, which you only pay for verified emails or validated emails.
Okay.
Um, and you can just go into here and like again, it's one credit by a person search. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna upload the name of the
Upload. Okay.
individual. Yeah. And it'll generate I'll show you an example. So it only charges you for valid. So you can buy credits and you can buy like, $20 worth of credits just to see if it's a viable source. But it gives you, yeah, I mean, it gives you all this data.
That's amazing. Um, yeah, I can use this on the 70 leads that I have, and then I can integrate this into my existing pipeline.
Yeah, there's so many sources for this type of stuff. So like, again, I would, do your own due diligence on it, but any mail is pretty direct. So
Yeah. Okay.
that would be my thing with you next week is just like spend the time to build like a, strong like email list and LinkedIn list. Um, and then let's start doing some lead qualification through that.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate your time.
Yep. Bodhi, I know is out. Come back, Alex M. Nope. Okay. Emily K. Okay. Christopher Nguyen. Christopher N. I think he might be out. Kathleen, I know is out. Caroline M.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm in build mode. I'm still trying to so I was trying to deliver something to my friend that she could use for her New Year's
Yep.
Eve party, but her basically I wasn't able to. She needed it earlier than I could deliver because people were like pinging her. So and then I ended up just allowing scope creep on my end. So I'm still working on it. But I've made a ton of progress and I'm really happy about the progress that I've made overall. But I did fail to meet my personal goal for this week or last
Okay.
week.
So what are you working on building now, right? So like originally we talked about either building for your friend or building that scheduling functionality.
Yeah.
Um, right. So I think like what are you building now and what validation do you have as to, if you're looking to once you finish the build that you have users that would find value in what it is you built?
Um, Sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah, so like my question is, what are you building
Mhm.
that you know you have already people willing to use it?
Um, well, it's you're able to Pippa collects all the information from a chat to build and builds an Evite that you can then share and people can join in and it tallies RSVP. So it's kind of like Evite, but through chat, through your native chat. I was, so that is what I'm working on at the moment. I mean, Pippa is intended to do more than that, but that is
Sure.
a feature, a pretty key feature that, um, pretty key feature. So I'm pretty close to getting that ready to test, like just with friends. I did think about just a fun, 'cause when you last time you were telling me about your friend who created a small, little app for
Yeah.
another friend, and that gave me
Rich.
the
Yeah.
idea of creating party mode. So I do have like little cute, fun idea for that could be implemented for a party, but I don't think this is the right audience. So I am gonna once I get the Evite build and send piece of it all completed, I do want to work on just a fun little party idea and share it with my kids to try with their friends. So
Okay. And when do you think you could have that version done?
let's see. I feel so close. I feel like I can wrap up the Evite feature this week.
Okay.
Um, I'm like right on that edge. I'm in debugging mode right now, so I feel
Okay.
pretty close. And then
Yeah, I think I
anytime that
mean,
I
if you're
have
in
left
debugging
over.
mode, yeah,
What's that?
if you're in debugging mode, I would say you should have it ready by next Monday for
No.
for for friends to test.
What's that?
I think by if you have it in debugging mode, you should
Yeah.
definitely have it ready for next Monday for friends to test.
Okay. That's my goal then.
Okay, of
Thanks.
course. Cool. Justin W. He might be coming on later. I'll come back. Jason G.
Yeah, I entered in some comments, so probably easier just to pull it up.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up on the side. Da-da-da.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see on that one. Yeah, so go back. Yeah, so extended another Wizard of Oz persona. So a three-time CTO and former Amazon bar raiser. So it's gonna be phenomenal feedback, and he's very, very frustrated with frontier models and the tooling. So lock that into some architecture work, and then I've done quite a bit of code, which I'll get into in the results of taking this feedback
Okay.
and continuing to iterate. But any
Okay.
questions here?
Nope.
All right, click
Nope.
into
I
the
remember
results
now.
then.
Yep.
So this is again, pain point clarity, willingness to pay confirmed, and execution velocity. So Caroline, again, GPT, Claude, double usage right now. So go crazy. It's been able to, now that I have the clarity and I get an infrastructure in place, there's a thing called when you do context engineering well with AI, don't build tech that in early. You actually accelerate your development once you have some of the
Yep.
infrastructure in place. So I'm at that point
Absolutely.
to where I'm at that nonlinear curve, and it feels good to make progress.
Good deal. And what would you like to accomplish over the next week?
It's still jamming for the two ICPs that I'm building for at the moment. I need to get the video interface working for them.
Okay.
So and I have it written down of what this core loop that I'm building toward for this MVP, but you could say getting the video working so they can go from sign up to star extractor based on their resume to a end-to-end interview with explicit feedback.
Yeah,
So it's definitely a stretch goal because I'm trying to do this at
I
a
understand.
certain scale with the ML that I require for it, but
For sure.
it's
Okay,
possible.
good to know. We'll see where your progress is then. All right, Jag K. Yeah, come back. Elliot.
Hi. Yeah. Yeah. So over the last 2 weeks, I basically did lots of requests on LinkedIn, 7 calls in total, 6 written conversations or like in the chat on LinkedIn. And yeah, 7 more people basically told me that they would love
Okay,
to meet, but after the holidays.
got it. Okay. Okay, and what would be your goal for the next coming week then?
I think I definitely want to get to 10 calls completed. Um, and
Okay.
also I started to basically redefine the concept, the MVP based on the user feedback. So it's in progress. And yeah, I
Sorry,
don't
you cut
know,
out
but
there.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, so basically, yeah, 10 calls completed, and also I'm kind of redefining
Okay.
the MVP and the features, like the concept overall,
Okay.
based on the feedback. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and also I think that it would be nice, I guess, with all those people that I spoke with, basically to present them the new MVP.
Okay.
I think it could be useful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think 10 more calls, you should have enough data at that point to finalize an MVP. And
Mm-hmm.
then that what that, again, it doesn't have to be a fully functional working MVP, but I think you at least should have learned enough to um, share the new learnings to validate with a new group of people, whether and or the old group as well in conjunction,
Yeah.
to validate whether that, whatever you're thinking about potentially building will actually generate value for them, right? So,
Yeah, definitely.
okay.
But I also, yeah, I also found out that basically people I receive mixed signals from those people also. And yeah, I'll do my best to redefine it like the way I understand the insights and everything, but still, there are some uncertainties.
Yeah, I mean, you again just go by Pareto's principle, right? So 80/20 rule. So whatever
Hmm.
80% of the people are saying, listen to that. Ignore the
Hmm.
20%, you know?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
You're not going to please everybody, and again, there's going to be more than more than enough market size if you please 80%.
Okay. Thanks.
Um, good deal. Nick K. All right. Thomas W. Takeshi. I think he's missing. And then Sarah S. I know she's traveling. Okay. Anybody I haven't gotten to yet?
Yeah, Pablo.
Okay. Pablo, my bad.
All good.
Awesome. Good deal.
Yeah, so basically last week, so the big thing is like we have
Yep.
all this supply that had gone onto the marketplace.
Yep.
We were figuring out constraints in terms of the demand side. So We ran new ad campaigns and we actually were able to spend 3 times more. Originally, we thought constraint was like customer support or like operational lift per order. I don't think that's a constraint because we're just lacking uh, on the demand side. Anyways, we spent 3x as much and we didn't have a lift in sales, a meaningful
Okay,
lift. But we are seeing a meaningful lift in registrations. So people are signing up, they're just not taking the
got it.
final step of checkout. So we have their info and we can do some sort of discovery or surveys on the people that never booked after they registered.
Got it. Okay. So, okay, that makes sense. Um, so you're not seeing like a direct ROI, but you are seeing a increase in ROAS, right?
Uh, ROAS decreased. So the ads became less effective the more we spent.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was opposite.
Even as it relates to registrations.
We don't have a value for registrations. I'm assuming there could be if we were able to get them to convert later. If we were
Okay.
converting everyone that registered or a higher percentage, then yes, it would be a higher, it would be fine.
I see. Okay. All right. So do you do you have enough visibility on the registrations to know if they actually fall within your ICP, meaning that,
Mm,
they are legitimately qualified customer, like, potential
yeah.
customers,
So the
prospects?
steps to, yeah, so the steps to register you would have to take would be you have to land on search results first. You have to
Yeah.
find a product that you like. And then when you
Okay.
click start checkout on that product, you have to sign up before you can finish checkout. So that's the middle step. So people have gotten 75% through the flow. Um, we used to
So they've
have a
gotten through the middle
higher,
step.
yes, they've gone through the middle steps. So they found something
Majority have
that
gotten
they
through. Okay.
like. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's because like because we tack
What
on
is your
pricing. Yeah, sorry about that.
yeah. No, it's all good. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious as to where you think the bottleneck is in this instance.
So, some theories I have are one, because we're charging 10% higher than if they went directly to a merchant from our marketplace fees. So, I'm thinking potentially a pricing issue, like they don't like how the rates are being displayed or they're not happy paying a surcharge. Um, we try to combat that by offering a 10% discount when people land on the website, but rarely anyone that sends that email discount to their email actually uses it. So that's why that's
Sure.
confusing. Um, it could just be like questions around like maybe they have a last minute question about like insurance or a trust issue, like, oh, how do I know this is the right like equipment for me? So like education, trust, or price is like the three biggest things that I'm thinking of, or a cancellation policy.
Okay. Now, is it possible for you guys to then address those 3 points in the checkout process to
Yeah.
test?
So we could, I mean,
I,
yeah, the fastest way to test would be just putting a big phone number there and letting them call. So if they encounter any friction, they can just call us and then we are just observant when they call us. Um, I would prefer not to create more work for my employees, but like that's one idea. Another idea would be like emailing them if they haven't finished a checkout within like 24 hours and like
sure.
asking them like, "Hey, are you still searching?" If or even doing like surveys like, "Hey, why did you not book with us? What was your biggest concerns? How often do you need this piece of equipment, etc."
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I think phone number phone number's fine. Um, my thinking is yeah, I'm trying to simplify my thought process, but I think the pricing part or the charging 10% higher, you know, and trying to cleverly, combat that through a discount may not be landing with them, right? So is there ways
Yeah,
to remove the pricing
yeah,
as part of this process um, to see if they get to, and maybe it's moving it to the very last stage. So if they can get to 90% of the way, and then the moment that it is pricing, then definitively it's that issue.
yeah.
Um, versus, again, like maybe you remove pricing altogether. And I know, and it's not a self-service model, but like it is like get in contact with us and it's just filling it out and you do make it as part of, at least this early stage part of it, like uh a learning exercise where again, like just for a week, you use this new landing page or this new checkout process, and instead of like self-service, they just fill out a form, and they're getting through all the way, and they just provide a phone number, and you guys do call them in the next 5-10 minutes, right? And I
So
know it's more
basically
work.
removing steps, basically, to try to
Removing
figure out which
removing steps
step.
to try to figure out exactly where they're getting stuck.
Yeah. Um,
Is it?
we
Yeah,
we can
that's what it
also
is.
just drop the 10% for 2 weeks. I just don't know what the right data sample size is to compare, like this was before, this was this many sessions, this was the rate of completion versus like without the 10%, you know? Like what is the right statistical numbers to see if that's actually what it was.
I understand. So, I mean, the ideal situation is that you can create, um, so you could keep it as it is. You could
Yeah,
create one checkout process where you're moving the 10%, create another
yeah.
checkout process where, what I mean, like you literally just you
Mm,
A/B test it with different checkout processes, and then in your ads, you're just, I mean, you don't have to, instead of 3xing the spend, keep it at the 3x right now, but like split it up into say three campaigns. And each of those
mm.
campaigns is going to a different checkout process.
I see. So one could be price, one could be the regular way, and then one could be something else.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you listed education, trust, and price, right? So how do you
yeah,
address that in the checkout process?
yeah. Just
And
more
then drive,
transparency.
yeah, right. So whatever that looks like, and
Yeah,
make it simple, make it simple for the buyer, right? So, people don't like to read a lot of stuff.
yeah,
So if it's like having to answer phone calls and make a phone call within 5 to 10 minutes for a week, do it, right? Like this is just know that this isn't like a forever thing,
yeah,
but I think you need to set it up so you guys can test this, run it for a week. If you're like, oh, the learnings are interesting, keep it for another week, right? Like
yeah,
the idea here is just you just don't want to go down the same path and then
yeah,
misdiagnose the problem.
yeah. And lastly, do you think doing surveys like, let's just say we've run these A/B tests and people still aren't like
Yeah,
checking out, but they're still creating accounts? Is that something worthwhile? And
yeah,
is like a $5 gift card
yeah,
better or
100%.
monthly raffle?
No, $5 gift card, get the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because that'll $100 for 20 responses is like nothing. It's a drop in the bucket for
Yeah,
visibility, right?
yeah,
Like, yeah, I mean, imagine any of your relationship problems, and if you're literally like, hey, if I can give you a $5 gift card and you tell me what the
yeah,
issue is, I mean,
yeah.
it's so much more of a home run than it is trying to guess.
Yeah. And for lastly, for the surveys, 10 questions or less, or what's your favorite way to survey?
Five questions or less.
Five
Like you
questions.
should you
Okay.
should have again, like you narrowed it down already on this call, education, trust, and price, right? So
Yeah.
there's only so many ways to word that.
Yeah.
And if that's your hypothesis, don't over complicate it.
Yeah. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
Awesome.
again you're not getting you spend $100, you get 20 responses and it's just all over the place, then maybe, you need to rethink it. But again, like in these early, just know that everything again are these like baby steps, and
Yeah.
you just want to get to some visibility or some direction just so you can do the next thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's never solving for the big thing. It's just solving for the so you can do the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome. Thank you,
so
Chris.
I think between now, it's
Yeah.
again like the ideal situation would be, testing 3 to 4 or like A/B testing um the checkout process to uh, address your hypothesis around education, trust, or price. And then, if you want to add in $5 survey to incompletions, go for that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
I'll do it. Thanks,
All right.
Chris.
Good deal. Yep. All right. Anybody else we missed? or came in late? Okay, all good. I think we're good. I know it's been yeah, on and off last couple of weeks. I know we started and kicked it off right in the middle of holiday season. So I appreciate you guys, and I see you guys, making the effort to really back the, adventure that you've chosen as an entrepreneur. So let's keep it going. We got a whole new year in a week and a few days. So let's keep it going into next year. And yeah, I'm really excited to see people actually making progress, man. It's awesome. So let's keep on going. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Talk to you
guys.
next week.
Thanks,
All right.
Tris.
All right.
Happy
Bye.
holidays. Happy New Year.
Thanks,
Happy holidays.
everyone.